The standard operating procedure for that department was to immediately go in and engage. So it already came out that they completely disregarded their own standard operating procedures, wherein when you have an active shooter situation, you go in and you engage and you save lives. And they already admitted that they didn't do that. That's number one. Number two, we already know from the incompetency of Superintendent Robert Runcie, who couldn't keep up the security cameras within the schools in his district, we already know that we were almost a half-hour delay. There was just about a half-hour delay on those security cameras. So everybody that was outside watching these security cameras, it was over 20 minutes delayed. The murderer, by the time officers went in, by the time they were allowed to go in under the commandment of Scott J. Israel, by the time they were allowed to go in, the murderer had already gone to a fast food restaurant. Because remember, he wasn't even arrested on the school premises. He was arrested outside of it. He had already left. So they were standing out there for 20 minutes or more, waiting as people died on the inside before they could go in. Because Robert Runcie couldn't keep up the security within his school. Because teachers whom we talked to on this program, and we had to disguise their identities and their voices so that there would be no retaliation from within the school district, were left to their own devices to figure out their own security plan. And then, of course, Sheriff Scott Israel, who worked hand in hand with Robert Runcie to They hid criminal actions, misdemeanors, felonious behavior of students like this murderer. They enabled him to avoid having a record established that would have prevented him from legally purchasing a firearm. In my opinion, Sheriff Scott Israel might as well have walked into the gun store and bought it for him.